So I saw a cute cartoon during the week, and it had like a guy in a rowboat in a storm and everything's going to shit, and the caption was, you know, this is the perfect time to be working on my novel. And I really dug it because I think anyone who makes art, maybe not anyone, maybe just me who makes art, I think I've always thought, you know, if only I had more time. If I had more time, I could get it done. You know, not that I've ever proven myself to be efficient with time. But when this was going down, you know, the coronavirus show, once I passed the initial, holy fuck, it's happening everywhere, and obsessively watching all the news articles about infection rates and hoarding toilet paper and all that dumb shit. Once I passed that, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do a bunch of art. And it's been 2 months. I have produced 2 episodes of Bastard TV. They're like 2.5 minutes.
That's about your
each.
average rate. Like that's not.
Yeah, that's no more productive than it normally is. So I haven't become any more prolific, and I can't blame.
Isn't that the problem where it's like, why would we? Like it's such an unusual time. It's a bit terrifying. Why would this be more productive? Why should you be able
I think
to
just because I mean, firstly, I have the capacity to do my art from home because we have our own studio. And also I no longer have to leave the house because I'm not doing shows and I'm not doing training and I'm not really going anywhere. Our food's being delivered here now. So logically, all the things that would normally interfere in my capacity to be a productive artist.
But isn't that the worst news at all? Because it turns out it's just you.
I know. I haven't felt so disappointed since the time I stopped taking drugs and realized that all my behavioral problems were to do with me on the inside and not the drugs. So I got back on the drugs because what was the point, right?
I mean, yeah, if you're going to be shit, you may as well be high and shit. But it does seem like is it not beneficial to have this introspection anyway? Like that's a valid use of time? Or again, is it the problem where we've got a perception that we should be doing X thing when it's like, well, who really fucking cares? It's probably more important to make sure you're eating potatoes.
My audience might care. But I think that's the other thing that sort of put a dent in it too. And I didn't think of that when I thought I'll pivot and I'll just make it all online content. Because for the last year and a half, I've been able to take my videos and play them at live shows. And so the work has 2 lives. It has the online life and it has the life in front of a 600 strong live audience, and I can get that instant feedback.
Yeah.
And I miss that. Right. I miss the live performance anyway. And then I think missing having that live feedback on my video has combined for a hot, miserable casserole of sadness and ennui.
Aww.
And that's where I'm at.
That sounds like the perfect time to start making art. But like, I feel, do you think that art needs to be, I mean, maybe that's that separation of like, you can make art for yourself and then it doesn't really matter if one person sees it or 100,000. But then also there's the reality that like art is for an audience.
Yes. Like
who will we make? Why are you making it?
Well, yeah, I remember you asked me, do you need an audience for that? And I'm like, well, partly yes, because otherwise it's just masturbation. And I can't be masturbating and making art that's masturbation. But I also... Finally! Nothing but trouble. Like, I have ideas and I have images in my head, he said, sounding like a lunatic.
No, don't!
No. I have ideas and stuff, but the reason to bring them into the world is to share them. And I feel less able to share them now because my only capacity is shoving it down the little webcam gazing at me like Hal from 2001. And so without the, having had the sharing process diminished by the fact that everyone's lives are online now, it's sort of, as a lazy person, I'm inclined to go, well, why make it at all? I've already got the idea in my head. I could enjoy it anyway because it's here. I don't need to engage in the labor to manifest it physically unless other people are going to enjoy it. And who knows when life is going to go back and we'll be able to share this. Who knows when I will get in front of a live audience again.
It is a mechanical thing, and sometimes you don't, I mean, a lot of the time I don't feel like making anything.
Well, we struggle to get up to do this.
Yeah, we didn't really want to, like, it's sometimes you feel too depressed or like anxious to want to make, or even remember that this is supposed to be a comedy series.
It's sad!
Yeah, so I think that it's sometimes forcing yourself to create the thing maybe it's not for other people, but at least there's an element of, like you said, masturbatory, making yourself feel good that you made the thing. It's the same as I feel like it's the same as going to the gym.
It's like exercise.
It's good that I did it. I'm glad that I did it.
And now we're forging these rock hard bodies, and no one gets to see them in the flesh anymore.
Again, Zoom
Wasted.
parties. So I was reading about this thing called the lockdown paradox. It's an article by Farah Jaral, who's a doctor and journalist. And basically it's just talking about, remember last week we were thinking about how we kind of felt a weird guilt where we're like, this is kind of better than normal life. Obviously all of the scary shit aside, the day-to-day has kind of become peaceful, and
we never have to be apart from each other, and we don't have to go anywhere.
Right. So this article was talking about this weird paradox where for some people who already experience anxiety, their levels of happiness are actually going up during this time, even though you would think counterintuitively that this is like, you know, fucking terrifying. And for sure, I had the same thing where for a few weeks I was just like, my anxiety was like spiking like crazy.
We just we had it 24 hours a day. We're looking at the updates, and it's like more infection, bodies in Italy.
Your montage. Your amazing montage.
Yeah, the
like
thing
that.
I do, which is what I've been exploring in my Barca TV things, where it's sort of, because it's taken me so long to produce, each idea turns up, and 2 months later I release the episode.
So the idea in
that's
this,
still on the heart of the panic mode.
The idea in this is that they're suggesting that like the fear of missing out has been significantly reduced, and all of us who have Larry David-esque levels of like feeling like we can't say no to things, so we end up doing stuff that we, I don't know, either don't want to or gives us social anxiety on the way into the thing, like all of those pressures have kind of gone. Have you experienced like any, like you have experienced FOMO before this, and do you experience it now, and has that increased your happiness? Are you just like having a good time?
Okay, so initially, same as you, the initial panic over the outbreak and all that shit going down and the death and all that.
But that spurred you into action in a way.
It did, it lit a fire under me, as I need. And then in the wake of that, it was kind of, again, it was nice. I don't have to leave you and don't have to go away. And also, like, I missed performing, but also there's challenges in performing and I need to think about it and I worry about
show
it.
day anxiety, like you're always like a little bitch on show day.
I'm a fucking lunatic. I'm like, Christ! I'm gonna get there 5 hours early so I can have coffee around the room.
We were driving to the show and I had to like scrunch your face in the car because you were
I told you not to upset me on show day, and he just kept doing it. And I said, do you know what I hope happens, Josie? I hope I land on my head and fucking die. I hope I die in the ring, and on my deathbed I'll call Lachlan over and I'll be like, tell Josie it's her fault.
Stop it!
And he'll pass that message on.
And then I scrunched your face.
Yeah, while I was driving. So, you know, I've been spared all those anxieties. I've now tipped back around. I'm not going stir crazy in here because I still love this house and it's where all my stuff is, but I'm definitely starting to feel the pangs of not connecting with people. I miss other people.
It's been a long time.
I miss my family. I've always missed them, but I miss seeing them. I miss
You're
my
actually
mum.
starting to feel, because usually as an adult you can easily go a couple months or a month without seeing people, your mum or your dad. Like that's
my friends,
that's
but
not that
I miss
weird.
all of that. You were saying you're starting to miss going out.
Yeah.
Like
which
you're
is
really
weird because I'm introverted and a home person.
I think for a while you were like, oh look, I'm watching raves on the Zoom and stuff like that.
And I was feeling some social, but now I'm just like, I just want to go outside with my friends. I want to go to a pub or a club or something so bad.
I'm getting sick of drinking at home.
Yeah, drinking at home is not the same, is it? Like, it's, you know what it is? It's anticlimactic. You can only ever go so far at home. Like, there's only so drunk or so high or like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to walk, like,
knock my own
oh
stuff
wow,
over,
now I'm in the kitchen. Oh, now I'm in my bedroom.
It'd be like that time 15 years ago when I took a whole bunch of MDMA on a Tuesday night and tried to hold a disco in the house, and it was just me dancing in the pantry for 4 hours.
Oh, pantry, is that really small? Did you stick the lights on enough?
It was a pretty big pantry. There was no light in there, so it's very disappointing.
Just you and all the wheats.
Yes, but
Sad.
yeah, so I've now come around to the point where I'm missing people terribly, and I think it's starting to.
You are a social butterfly.
Yeah, I am a social butterfly, and I love my friends, and I miss them. And I think
this is a love letter to Alex's friends. You should come round to a Zoom party at our house. It's going to be on Zoom. Alex will be the MC, and nothing will happen because it's Zoom.
No, it's not the same. I like to dote on my guests, and I can't do that digitally.
Hey, you can't bring out like. At a party, I know that you like to put on waves of food and then bring it around.
I made a casserole. Here,
everyone's like,
eat
oh
this,
my God.
drink this, smoke this. Are you feeling a bit sleepy? Let me make up a bed for you. I've turned a corner now, and I don't know that it's making me anxious, But it makes me empathise again, with people who are starting to kick back against lockdown. Not to the point where I want to take unnecessary risks or just go see all my friends and give them a hug. But I miss it. How you doing? Are you doing okay? We're doing okay. And we want you to do okay too. And so that we can continue this interaction, this sharing of our journey together as the world bursts into flames and we don't know what the hell's going to happen to us. Let's roll on together. Let's press that like button. Let's press the subscribe button. Let's leave comments in the section below. We get about 2 per episode.
My favorite is the guy who's just like, I was here before 400 subs, and I'm like, you're never gonna be anyone because we ain't gonna get to 400 subs.
Yeah, I know. There'll be no shortage of those assholes. Yeah, there'll never be 400 of you.
Yeah.